gender seem to not be very popular anymore. And so we do simplify and centralize into the East and West, which is, we're talking about dominant power, and the East, because varies, right? I mean, I assume that the West continues to be, to some extent, France and Britain, and now the US is a stronger West than Western Europe. The East, I think that the East at the moment is somewhere between Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and Qatar, to be honest, because I don't think the rest of the countries are mattering anymore. Although the Arab Spring brought Syria is on the map today again, and so we kind of go through this. But to just talk about this sort of, we all talk about, particularly when we talk about modern art in the Arab world, that nationalism as a modernist project that very much embedded in colonialism and imperialism and the modern nation construction as promoted by Napoleon, and you just showed the photo at the frontispiece. So clearly we know it's located there. But we also know about, we also talk about the search for self-representation. And that search was located mostly in the ancient. And there are various sort of narratives of why. But I think the one narrative that has not necessarily gained a lot of popularity is that it is very much connected to what Mr. Mercedes was talking about 19th century. The images you were showing are the images that we see at the Metropolitan Museum, as Till was just saying, as representative of the Islamic lands, or whatever they're calling them at the moment. And so, although we talk about self-orientalizing, but the reality is this self-orientalizing, this sort of celebrating the 1001 in any form it comes, is very much connected to that same rhetoric of Orientalism that we're talking about. I'm not excusing